Hello, my name is CarX82 and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. We are just crafting up all of these bioprocessors. Fortunately, it is not super quick. I have let the world run. It's been running overnight. And we have 12 million. It's still pretty slow. We only have 8 of these, and it's only 22 per second per thing. So we're only doing about 160 per second. So it's slow going. I may invest a little bit of time in expanding these, possibly. We don't actually use these ever anymore. I don't even know if we have the recipes in the A system anymore. Yeah, I don't even have a recipe in there. These are completely obsolete. They've been replaced by higher tier circuits. So if I wanted to, I could stack a thing there or something like that. Looking back, probably could have invested more in the bioprocessor line and maybe less in the optical line. I don't know. It's, you use more resources with this route and using the mainframes, or you use less resources but more expensive if you use the opticals. So, and there's a little bit different crafting, like the space assembler is the space assembler recipes for the optical circuits. Well, those are actually, it's pretty easy to, I wouldn't say like necessarily right away, but once you have space elevators going, like it's relatively easy to expand it. Like if I wanted to add 24 more assemblers, like we could. So I mean, it's easy to kind of scale-ish. Once you get the space elevators kind of easily craftable. Before then, it's not as easy, but I don't know. It's just different ways of crafting this up. And so, thinking maybe I will expand these. I don't know. Again, it's like, how much time and effort do I want to, like real time in real life, how much time do I want to spend if I could just let this run and craft up and not worry about it? I don't know. We'll see. But one thing I am short on is I've run out of end powder. And we were getting this from our space miner. One of these, I think it was when we were like mitral, or however you say that. I have no mitral. I have no idea how you say that actually. I think we got a whole bunch from that. So we've gone through our entire like backlog. So I'm gonna need to get some more. And I figured, you know what, we can get this from a top tier mining drum. Why don't we just, oh, I just noticed that. I'm like, that's a little expensive, not gonna lie. Maybe I should stick to this one. I was just thinking, like, because the size, like, look how big that is. So, this small recipe, like, ouch, 0.02%, but once you actually hit it, with the size of the thing, we should get a whole bunch. And we only need, like, a few thousand, like, per Stargate ring block. I don't even, to be honest, I can't even remember what this is used in. But it's one of the, man, what do we need it for? I have no idea. I went to craft up the, like, biome company. Why would we need that? Man, what do we need end powder for? Oh, is it maybe like, I have no idea. I don't remember what that is used for. Is it used for like solars or something like that, maybe? Off the top of my head, I really don't remember why We need that. Yeah. What do we need that for? If anyone knows why we need end powder, I don't remember. It's been so long since we set up like the macerator recipes and stuff that I have completely forgot. I have a feeling it's probably something to do with like the solar panels, because a lot of that stuff uses magic-y type stuff, but man, I'm like, we don't need it for that. We don't need it for that. We don't need it for... Pretty sure we don't need any of those. Random. Alright, well, anyway, we need it for something. So I'm going to craft up the best tier miners, I think. I have gone ahead and crafted up an UMV one, which is relatively easy. Well, they're both easy now. This is like nothing now. But I wanted to craft up another mining drone, and we are actually out of coal. Yes, coal. We are completely out of coal, which is hilarious. Unfortunately, we cannot get... I don't think there is any way to convert coal dust into the actual, like, gem coal. I know I wouldn't call it a gem, but it's a sifting thing. I get it from the sifting, so I kind of, like, consider it kind of like a gem. But the problem is obviously we got this from our... I was like, but we don't mine for coal anymore. It's been a very long time. So I've just kind of slowly worked through that backlog as well. Do we have coal in here? No, I didn't think so. It would have been just processed. So I need coal, and we can either get it from the space elevator, which is a bit of a pain because it requires a lower tier. It requires a lower tier, whatchamacallit, mining drone. So I'd have to like go back and change these again, which I really don't want to. Although I could maybe just do it here. This is kind of one by itself, but... maybe that would be the easiest. I was thinking it'd be kind of fun to do the Coal Queen. I already had it, so I'm like... but then I'm like looking at this, I'm like, wait, maybe it'll be easier if I just do a mining drone. Maybe I'll do that for some. I think ZPM is the highest tier you can get coal ore from. Yeah. Thankfully, I mean, you're going to get it like really quickly, so it's not that bad of a deal. I can even... okay, let's turn that off. We'll turn it down to 1. I'll throw coal in there. Man, I know I say it all the time, but I love that sound. It's just so, like, very satisfying, that noise. That sound. That kind of, like, just beating sound from the space elevator. Okay, so hopefully that will do that. What? 10 seconds. No. 3.8 seconds is the... that might be it right there. I kind of wish there was a... way to see which vein it's actually mining. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know if that's in any way possible to... or also, it'd be kind of convenient if you could sort by, like, distance. That'd be another cool thing in NEI. So if you do, like, distance 1, you can see all the recipes that I would be getting with distance 1. Because right now, you kind of just have to go through it and figure out which one it is. Just look at it and scroll through. All right, it does look like there's only like... It looks like there's only like 2. What was that 10-second recipe though? Oh well. Okay, we're not gonna like sit here and worry about this. I just need coal. All right, there we go. We got 3.6 billion coal. I'll let that run for a little bit to build up some more of our coal. Yeah, that was looking. Now looking at it, I'm like, that was way easier than doing bees. Bees are definitely worth it. There are some kind of rare. There's some kind of like rare materials and resources that bees are absolutely wonderful. Cenarium. I mean, we went a little crazy with our cenarium. What do we have? 1,700, almost 1,800 cenarium queens in there. Producing our billions of cenarium. So there is definitely like bonuses, and like pyrotheum, cryotheum, any of the Twilight Forest stuff, like Hydra Blood and stuff like that, these are really great for. But yeah, that space elevator, traditional kind of like ores and stuff, that space elevator is just amazing. Okay, so I'm crafting up, like I said, I'm crafting up another mining drone so I can scan this to get the top tier one. I'll craft that up and then we will use that to get end powder. Okay, we are back and I have gone ahead and scanned the recipe for the mining drone, but it's a little weird. When I did it, as soon as the thing completed, I got the multi-block had crashed. It said something, I can't remember what it says. I turned it off and I don't have another mining drone on me. I mean, I could just show it really quick, but it said something like machine turned off due to crash or something like that. And it did sort of complete the construction data. You can see it does say it's on there, but usually the data sticks have the date that it was done on. And you can see like which recipe, like, I don't know. It just seems like that doesn't seem like a normal control. So I'm like slightly concerned about putting this in here and trying this. Like, is this gonna crash my world? I don't know. I think it might, maybe it's just like a visual thing. I'm not entirely sure, but you know what? We'll try. Yeah, I figured I needed to do. These really only have like one use. So I don't have recipes for those already done. But I guess we'll try it. The only thing I'm really hoping is if it doesn't work for some reason, I'm gonna have to like manually empty out the input buses and stuff, which is kind of a pain. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll come back if it doesn't work or something like that. We'll see. All right. Some more weirdness. What? Why is the assembly line turned off? I'm gonna take this out. I don't think. I think that is. Yeah, that is. There's something wrong with that recipe, for sure. All right, there we go. Yeah. So just having that in there was like crashing the things, but I was like, okay, if I broke my world, but no, these are still working. It was definitely that. So, all right, let's just get rid of that, and we'll do that. I was like, in theory, I could just like, since I could just craft up all the stuff for it, and then like cheat the item in, but to be honest, I don't think it's not that necessary. So we'll just go ahead and use this. I did just kind of want to show that we are definitely having issues with that final tier. I don't know if it might be fixed in a later version. I really don't follow the I really don't follow the updates and stuff before they happen. So we'll do that. It does require infinity and that, so I do have to make, or I should do, oh, I have the thing over here now, don't I? Somewhere. Here it is. Yeah, I have these just kind of separate. It just makes it easier having these all together. 100,000. Oh, actually, before I do this, I should probably change the recipe. Yeah. All right, there we go. So, okay, I just wanted to show that, and we will, let me get this going, and then I will continue crafting up. Is that what I want to do? Yeah. And then we'll continue crafting up the Stargate. I just wanted to point out something I found kind of interesting. As you can see, I've gone ahead and I copied over an entire stack of them because I wanted to see if this was easier than just doing like the one at a time, 8 times kind of thing. I thought, oh, maybe we could do it all at once, and then we can even place all the cables and stuff. But what I actually noticed is if you look at the materials needed for this, it doesn't actually list the cables. So I don't know if you can actually place the cables with the copy paste tool. I just thought that was kind of like interesting. I don't know if it's like, I don't really know how a lot of this stuff works, but maybe it's like entities or something funny like that. Who knows? But yeah, I just, oops. Thought I would share that. Actually, should I try? Maybe I should try to put the cables in my inventory and see if it places them. I don't think it will, but yeah, it doesn't seem to place them. Interesting. Yeah, you learn something every day. That actually, to be honest, I don't actually mind that because it's easier to copy the input hatches and move them if there's no cables there. So I actually don't mind that, to be honest. But I thought, you know, maybe we'll try. But it kind of like, now that I know moving forward, I'm like, all right, so if I want to do a whole bunch of machines at once, it's probably easier just to copy the whole stack or whole row or whatever I decide to do. This does make life much easier when you're trying to copy these over, because, you know, GregTech New Horizons likes to spam multi-blocks. Alright, anyway, we'll come back. Okay, we are back crafting up another Stargate ring block. So that is just chugging along, just keeping an eye on our power, which seems to be doing pretty well. It does drop a bit when we start crafting up the Gallifreyan stuff, the Eye of Harmony parts. But it's not too bad. Yeah, so everything is chugging along here. The circuits are still the slowest bit. I will probably just pre-craft some of those circuits before we do the next Stargate ring block. I have all the optical circuits. I haven't gone through like the whole tier. The main one is, I think, the optical computers is the largest portion, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we've finished crafting up the mainframes, and We're basically just the optical computer. So I'll probably craft up like 50 million of those and let that just kind of run. I have gone ahead and we have hooked up all like 3 rows of the columns. That's a column, right? Row is that way. Wait, am I? Yeah, row is. Man, I was just like, row is that way, column is that way. That's funny. All right, so we have 3 of this, and we got 24 of the circuit assemblers running, producing bioprocessors as fast as we can make this. I can't go any faster. They don't accept 2 amp. They don't accept like 2 wireless hatches. That's as fast as I can get it, and man, it is still freaking slow. I was thinking that maybe the bioprocessors would be faster because the actual like ingredients that kind of go into them are cheaper, so it kind of like gets to the process of crafting them up faster. But I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. If I had maybe like invested more of these in the whole thing, but again, like this is basically as fast as we produce optical circuits. I think we do like 100 and something. They're not running at the moment, so I can't see. But then you need double the amount of bioprocessors to do the mainframes. I don't know. I haven't done the math. Like I said, I have like 72 of those. 72? We have 24 times 3. Yeah, 72, and we have 24 of these. So obviously, I haven't spent as much time in these. Now the assemblers, the BioWare processor assemblies are much quicker. It does like 1,000 and something at a time. So, I could even get those going if I wanted. Like we have like millions, or we have like 14 million of the other one. Yeah, we'll do like a million, sure. We will convert all these bioprocessors into the assembler so we can use them for the parts, I think. But yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't. It doesn't feel like this is that much faster, to be honest. Other than completing getting the stuff crafted to use for the bioprocessors, that's a bit quicker than this, because this needs lots of scenarium and stuff. And like space-time and infinity screws and space-time screws, like those are a bit slower, celestial screws. I mean, these are definitely more expensive. But like this, we can produce so many of these in the is it over here? I don't remember. That might not be the one that's done this, but yeah, we have so many like space assembler module 3s now. Like, I don't know, it can just be, we can craft them up so fast. All right, and plus, if I wanted to, I could. I mean, like this isn't the bottleneck, so I'm like, well, I don't need to craft up another one of these, but I could if I wanted to. So I don't know. Well, I should probably have that. I should have changed that recipe. I'm going to craft more of those up. What was it? Expose something? I'll change that recipe. I don't want to change it in the middle of crafting it up because then it messes everything up. But we'll change that. Yeah, so this is like the chromatic glass stuff is the slowest part, and the screws basically. But all right, anyway, that's kind of where we're at right now. Still finding things here and there to improve, but for the most part, just kind of letting the base run and craft everything up. I have gone through pretty much the entire recipe, and I got rid of all the recipes that required like 1,000,000 steps. I think there's a few that require a couple 100,000, but that goes by pretty quick. It's the ones that are in like 15, 17, 20 million steps. That was where the majority of the lag came from, I think. All right. Well, anyway, we'll just keep crafting this up and we'll come back. All right, we are back. We're just crafting up the Gallifreyan stuff. And that's not too bad. I also have the optical circuits crafted up, and I kind of just wanted to show my reasoning here because I don't know. I feel like the bioprocessors aren't any faster if I'm doing it with this recipe. So for example, we got 22.9 per second of the bioprocessors, but then like the optical circuits is 17.8. So you're like, okay, so the bioprocessors are a little bit quicker, but the circuit that we actually need is the UEV one. So it's actually, we need the bio mainframes. So if I need like 30 million bio mainframes or whatever, I actually need 60 million of these. Or, yeah, 60 million. And then I need 120 million of these. So I actually need 240 million bioprocessors, if that makes sense. Whereas the optical circuits, since I only need the tier 3, I only need, you know, if I needed 30 million of these, I would need 60, and then I would only need 120 million of those. So I'm like, well, I need like double the amount of bioprocessors, and it's in no way 2 times as fast kind of thing. So I actually think it's slower doing it the bioprocessor way instead of the optical circuits. Not even taking into account the amount of circuit assembly lines that I've crafted up. Like, it's literally just slower to craft them up. At least using this recipe that we are using this one. So the chromatic glass and the thing. Using this recipe, it seems slower. Now, if we were doing like this recipe or something, if we were doing this recipe, since that's a UHV recipe, yeah, maybe it would be quicker. But then I would have to craft up like 80 gabillion more wraps and stuff. And then I would have to do like bioprocessing. And so that's like a whole assembly line. I'm like, I can't be bothered with that. Which is the reason I originally kind of went all in on the optical circuits. So I was kind of doubting myself there. I was like, maybe I kind of screwed up here and I should have been doing the bioprocessing mainframes for all the circuits that we need. Because the main use of them is the infinity chest. I can't remember if I mentioned that. Yeah, all the circuits that are required in these quantum chests. Each of these quantum chests use 4 UEV circuits, and you need like 18 per infinity chest. And then you need 9 infinity chests per Gallifreyan thingy. I think it's this one. Yeah, so you need 9 of those. And then I need 704 of these for one Stargate. So it's like, you need like thousands of infinity chests. So you need 18s of thousands of quantum chests, and then you need more. So it's like, it really scales like crazy. But yeah, unless I am terrible at math, which to be honest, I can be, I'm pretty sure crafting up the optical circuits is actually faster than, yeah, this recipe with the bioprocessors. Maybe I'm nuts, but anyway, like I said, I will probably use these processes. I'll just let those, we already crafted up all the parts for it. But yeah, we're actually, I feel like it's going faster. It's definitely like, I don't know. Anyway, just thought I would point that out. So, okay, we'll continue crafting that up and get another Stargate ring block. Okay, I've screwed something up and I'm not entirely sure what happened. I think it's because I canceled a recipe. I went to craft up a whole bunch of these and I think I've screwed something up by canceling it. So it filled up all the drawers. I somehow ended up with tons of this high energy mixture. I think what happened was I canceled it and not all the... I think I forgot to... I kind of went around and made sure all the machines were turned off, and I forgot to do the ones on Mars. So I think they were still full and crafting up all the items, and then I went to go craft it up again. So I kind of did double. I didn't think that was going to be a big issue because I was like, oh, we'll probably craft up more of these. Yeah, so a lot of this stuff was actually stuck. It couldn't get back in the A system. Man, what a mess. Yeah, and I was noticing like this stuff didn't seem to be... I was like, it didn't seem like it was moving. I was like, oh, maybe we're just melting stuff up. No, it probably couldn't... Oh man, I hope it didn't... Oh, okay, it didn't end... The hot ingots didn't end up in the thing. Yeah, I've really messed this up. I had over 500 something million high energy mixture. I think yeah, I'll probably, once this is done, I will I'll start up more of those optical circuits, I think. Maybe. Yeah, and stuff was probably running over here, and like none of these could output, so everything's just starting to output into the A system now. Whoops. Yeah, you got to be careful with canceling those recipes, especially those like super big recipes, because it just dumps all the stuff in the A system. So all those plates and rods and everything that it crafted up, if you cancel it, just gets all dumped in the A system. All right, I think we're making progress here. That was kind of funny. I was just like, what is going on? Why is this stuff not working? All right, I will throw this over here. This isn't really... It's not really like a drive I need. But yeah, there's a lot of like silicone plates and all sorts of stuff in here. Actually, this one is just lots of Nequadria, that oxide mixture. I should just process all that as well. That'll empty out some of those. How much do we have of that? Yeah, 58 million. I do have like the biggest drives outside of the digital ones in there. All right. So this one is crafting up PBI. But I will turn that off, and then I think it's magnesium, right? We do this? Yeah. Alright, well, we just had a minor little glitch right there. Or not a glitch, but a hiccup, I guess we could say. Alright, so that'll process all that. And I'm going to start, I'll probably start another one of those optical things to pull a lot of that stuff out. But I think we have, yep, we have one more of these to go. Slowly but surely, we are crafting up. Now I'm going to use these 8 Stargate blocks to craft up the controller. I'm just placing them down for the fun of it. And thumbnails, because it looks pretty cool. Okay, just adjusting a couple more recipes here. I've done quite a few, like almost all the circuit ones and plates. But like advanced nitinol, I don't even think we use that anymore, that recipe. That is that. So pretty much all these have been adjusted. I'm going to craft up like 4 million to pull a lot of these items out of the A system. There might be a couple 100,000 steps. There's 31,000. I could adjust that if I want. But I got I definitely did all the ones that were 8 million. I didn't do the circuits either, because those are just like the final thing. Those don't really matter. But, oh, there's one. I didn't see that one. I didn't, like, go over it, like, super. I didn't go over, like, I just kind of glanced really quick to see million. So we'll just quickly do that one. This is, I think it's a wire 3. Yeah. Pull it out really quick. Do that a couple times. Put it back in. I never rename these. Usually I rename them so it's smaller. Because if I do the 3, it doesn't work, unfortunately. Alright. Let's try that again and see if I can clean up my A system. I really messed up my A system there. Alright, that's better. Alright, and you can see how fast it actually figures that out. It doesn't sit there and hang figuring out hundreds of millions of steps. Alright, and there we go. We cleaned up our A system again. Yeah, that was a pretty big whoopsie there. I didn't think about Mars. Yeah, and all that stuff. Okay, well, there we go. We got another Stargate block. And basically, once we get these circuits crafted up, I'm kind of pre-crafting them up because this, like I said, this is the longest part. And I am kind of letting the power... I'm just trying not to drain the power too fast. Because even though we have, 28 IF harmonies, I still am running stuff at like 500 trillion EU per tick. And some of the stuff is almost constant, so if I want to... Yeah, that's 6 trillion that runs at. This is 32 trillion. So this is like an entire IF harmony just by itself running. So yeah. Unless I want to spend lots more time crafting up more IF harmonies, which is definitely viable. If I want, I would rather just craft up the Stargate stuff. So anyway, we'll keep that running, and yeah, we're getting closer and closer. So anyway, that's gonna be it for today. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.